Good evening, Speed Gaming. Tonight, we have a Crystalis Randomizer tournament race with apparently Showdown and Show, or one of them is Code, and one of them is ShoFukomachi. These guys are both pretty practiced runners. I think we're going to see a good race. And I'm joined tonight by Mashama. Hello.
Hi.
And we also have here Giga helping us track. Thanks for jumping in and helping with that. So I'm gonna drop the gate and let these guys get going. Oh.
And I'm gonna eat some birthday cake to make me feel better about my loss yesterday.
So wait, is this your birthday or roommates?
No, it was mine.
Oh, happy birthday! Okay, so this is the Crystalis Randomizer tournament. We're in the lower bracket, so the loser here is going to be out of the tournament. And these guys are both down here after taking some losses to some pretty tough opponents. Let's see, Code. Code went down in the first round to you, Mashama, and Show made it past the first round, but then ran into Matrick. Okay, so here in the first town, we always start in the same town, and we've got 2 checks, and it's a key.
It's Stixie. It's got to be Stixie. We're gonna have
Stixie?
to figure out how to get to Goa. Yep, this is critical.
Okay.
Definitely not gonna be Windmill. That's never a thing.
Okay, and we have both runners checking the item shop, and we have medical herbs and
boots.
Making a pretty easy, pretty easy start here. And a divergence. Show going into the GBC cave, while Code goes straight to turn in that key. In these flags, it's almost always the windmill key.
Right. But sometimes it's nice to know whether Mimic... Oops, all Mimics is on or not.
Yeah.
If it's not, then there could be some critical things in here that Show's going to miss out on.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, especially if there's a sword here, what he needs... Oh! Whoa!
Oh,
Show...
no!
We got poisoned.
Okay. But we have a Mimic.
Okay. So the poisoning's fine, then. If it's just Mimics, then he's going to reset out.
Yeah. He may not have... Oh, and we have Okay, and we have an instrument at the entrance to the vampire cave.
Oh, Show didn't check the wall before he went out. Might not have had to
Yeah,
help,
so we don't see the wall. But since we have an instrument, like, there's a pretty good chance that the Mimics are on. I mean, Show checked we got 2 Mimics. And and we're getting a lot of progression from non-Mimic checks. And that was a firewall behind Zebu, so vanilla firewall.
Yeah, Emperor Mimic is on it again today.
Yes. We need to find a sword first before we know whether the sword charging is regular, so they're able to stab, or whether they'll be limited to shots. That is a thing. And it is a question mark thing in this flag set.
Here we go.
We've got a sword.
Charge shot only.
And charge shot only. So we have both of these fun flags on. Charge shots only and Mimics. You have rolled a nice one tonight, Mashama.
I feel bad. Show is going to be so upset. So the Warrior Ring with charge shot only is nerfed, and that is also known as the Show Ring. That's his favorite item in the game. And we, just kind of broke it and gave it to him to try and race with.
So, in Crystalis, in the randomizer here, all of the enemies are scaled. And they're scaled based on their stats as kind of they are when you see them in the base game, in the regular route of the base game, at the usual level that you'd be when you see them. And so certain enemies will hit harder, certain enemies will be tankier, certain enemies will give more gold and experience. And some of the enemies that give more are Show getting the news here that he can't stab, and he doesn't like it.
No, I imagine he's super upset about this. This is like the worst setting for him. Hang in there, Sho. You can do it. I believe in the M-Toki.
Okay, so we have a Psycho Shield.
And for anyone that hasn't tried Randomizer, the scaling enemies add so much for updating the game, make it more playable in a modern setting. Because I love Crystalis, but it does have a few small old game issues. And the walls of difficulty when you have to grind so much in order to even progress is kind of annoying. So the scaling helps clear that out, and it's just whatever you feel comfortable with or however much you want to grind, that's all you need to do. So we can go real fast in these seats because of that.
It can be fast, yeah. And you get to the action. There's no grinding for these levels. You get to the action. Another big difference is that the scaling here, that DL in their status that under the level, that is the difficulty level or danger level. And that's going to tell you how many key items they have, which determines how strong the enemies are, but also how much golden experience they get.
Yep. So generally, the higher the DL, the stronger the stuff they should have, and the easier it is for them to level and try and keep up with things. And to match that, everything is incredibly more dangerous, because we don't want everything to be a walk in the park. Looks like they're both struggling in GBC Cave a little bit.
But Sho didn't go back into Windmill Cave.
He didn't.
So he's missing the. He didn't get the shield, and I saw a consumable. I don't believe there was any other progression in the Windmill Cave.
Let's see. That mimic is giving Sho, and it's an actual mimic.
Wow.
No reward for all that work Sho did. I guess some money. That's nice. Alright, so like X-Men brought up, they're both on the same screen right now, but technically Code is ahead because he's done a bunch more. And you can see that in the DL level there, because Code is at 5 because he's done more checks, compared to Sho that's only at 3 right now. So that'll give you like a good tip off on who's ahead and who's behind in this, just by checking their DLs, see what checks they've done.
Okay, so we've got Windwall at GBC, which we both saw at the same time, but like you said, like, Code is a bit ahead on checks.
Yeah, that's not to say that Sho can't tie this up pretty quick, because there's a lot of checks still to go, and sometimes you get stuck on some really weird stuff that your opponent just flies through. So, let's see. Sho's moving through GBC Cave now. He's going to check it out. Code has discovered Goa, which is pretty good. So that means Code's probably going to move on to Chiron now. Check out the rebellious village. He's got Water Sword. That also means he can check Mount Hydra. Mount Hydra is kind of one of the more difficult locations to go to, but it has a ton of checks in it.
Yeah. Especially, so he's got the Water Sword, he can build these water bridges. And if he's got the sword that can break the walls, all the walls have been randomized, so we're not sure. You're never really sure if you've got the right sword to break the walls. We have a statue, so there's a glitch that lets you break through these NPCs by sort of going one step at a time.
Yep, we call it statue glitch because there's these statue people that you need to do at some point in the game. But for this, we use it a lot for lots of regular people who like to pretend they're statues. Let's see. So Sho's making his way through GBC Cave. Look like he did get poisoned. So hopefully he can get this item before... Oh, the mimic! Oh, those mimics. Alright, we'll see. Code has a few options. Mount Hydra is probably the better, but he can attempt to go in Goa, which would be absolutely crazy, considering that's kind of like the end game area where you want a lot of stuff for. He can also go out of his way to Oasis Cave, which is this cave with a bunch of checks in it. Since he has Water Sword, he can find a bunch of items there. There are possible 3 he would have access to, 2 guaranteed there. But he's gonna climb Hydra. Apparently he likes climbing mountains.
Yeah, why not? There are actually several mountains in this game. And, you know, one of the other ones that Zero's pointing out in chat is that we could always, there's a potential that you just have to go into Goa Fortress, which is sort of like the main boss rush area. And you never really know when that's going to come up. All right, and we have firewalls in Hydra.
And there are plenty of nightmare seeds that'll pop up and say, you got that one sword? Cool, you're ready to take on the world. And it forces you into Goa.
Right. Hope you don't mind man-moding it through some statues and then having to fight a boss after you've used all your healing items. And look at this Scorpion playing defense.
Sword of Wind. Oh,
Sword of Wind
payoff for Code.
On Hydra. So there's several areas in Hydra. That chest you can actually get to without going through the walls. There's actually 2 more chests that you could access if you could break the walls, which we can't. They're firewalls, and we have the Swords of Water and Wind.
And then now one
Code remembering
even more annoying that requires flight.
So Code remembering that we had wind walls in the vampire cave. And so he's going to go through there.
Alright, looks like Sho is on his heels. He's heading to Chiron. Let's see if he goes up Mount Hydra. Hopefully he does, because Sword is major progress.
Yeah. But we also saw a wind wall in the GBC cave, so that's going to open up another area there. Of course, they could be going to the same area. They could both be going to Cordell.
Right, and this could catch Sho up a little bit, because if there's nothing actual, like, useful in Windmill Cave, then if Sho goes through GBC Cave instead, he might be able to just shortcut this whole thing. Man, these mimics are just giving Sho the runaround.
Yeah, especially when they show up in these small platforms. And the inventory limits are also make this, especially these flags where you tend to not get, healing. So there's one healing spell and there's one teleportation spell, and they tend to be buried. The teleportation spell sometimes comes up, teleport, but the refresh healing spell is often real deep buried. And
it's not required for anything, so when the items are getting placed, the randomizer's just like, you don't need this, and jams it in a corner.
Yeah, why not? Look at all these Medusas. Medusas are in the category of enemies that give out higher than on experience and money on the high end, and so they're a pretty good one to grind on if you reach them.
They're also really big, so they're hard to miss. They are incredibly docile. For whatever reason, if they actually petrify you, they'll normally just walk off. So they're like... Their movement's actually random. So they don't care where you are or what's going on. They move completely randomly. So they move in a certain direction, and then they pick a number off the RNG, and then that decides where they move again. So sometimes they'll keep moving, and whether or not they fire shots is also based on the RNG. So they only fire shots. Actually, so there's the RNG. Actually, I'm not sure if that RNG is randomized. It goes through a sequence of like 64 numbers, and that's it. We got some divergence.
Shows checking
out. Shows checking out Oasis Cave.
Oh, this should be okay. This will be interesting. If Sho finds something big here, this could really help him out.
All right, so he's choosing
otherwise,
the bottom chest first. There is one in the top left he could have done first, but. see what he's gonna check out here. Code's gonna check Cordell Plains.
So I would say the odds are with Code here. Kind of. Oh, but that's
there's
a sword of fire.
Fire!
Wow.
Oh. That's
pretty big.
That's the other checks on Hydra. So that's already coming up.
The Code's probably going to run into. I mean, eventually he's going to have to go there, but there's going to be a lot of stuff he can check first.
Yeah, I don't know if we're out that for a while. So we have. They've got entirely different swords.
Yeah, this is a pretty look. We don't see this sort of divergence very often on these seeds. Like, it usually funnels you pretty clearly into one route, and this is a pretty distinct set here.
Oh man, those mimics.
The power ring! Wow, Oasis loaded Oasis Cave, which is crazy. Like, we've had so many seeds recently where the Oasis Cave has had nothing. And is Sho... Let's see, what's Sho doing? Okay, yeah, he's going back. He's going to go and check the power ring spot.
Excuse me while I enjoy a little bit of sugar.
So Code Gorilla coming up on Saber West. So at this point, Code is... he's kind of gotten the major checks. And he's kind of figure out where to go next.
He's probably going to GBC Cave after this, thinking that's going to be progress.
So we know that we have GBC Cave open. We don't know what the walls here, and those are clear walls, which is also one Sho can check. Okay, the power ring spot we had access to, but it was just a medical herb.
Oh, did Code guess? Nope. Oh, Code! Code, you had it, man! You had it! You had sussed it out! Oh no! He's gonna check GBC instead.
Wow.
And I know that was like a mild mistake, buddy, but you were there. You had it.
Yeah.
Alright, so Sho...
There's a chance this will open out in Cordell Plains, which will give us a lot of other checks, but I don't know.
Here we go. Sho looks like he's just gonna skip Windmill Cave altogether. Which also means he'll probably... Yep. So he's probably going to check Saber West coming up, and he'll do our checks here. Yeah, so both of these guys are just grabbing entirely different things.
Yeah. So, and we saw the walls here on Saber West are going to be fire, so he's going to be able to break them.
Yeah, and you can really see, like, it's been feeling like Code has a huge lead, but if you, again, you look at the DL scaling now, Sho's ahead. Now, that's because the checks didn't really pay off for Code, but if Sho doesn't do the same things Code does, then he actually is pretty far in the lead right now. So we'll have to see how these guys route and where they feel like what's important.
Yeah. Yeah, that fire sword is a pretty big win.
Oh man, and Code is in Portoa, so he's in the Riverlands now. He's definitely not going to go back for Oasis Cave for a while.
Yeah, he's got. So there's two different caves here, and he was able to get Misha and go to the answering machine. So he's going to get a couple items here.
And does he have a loose flute? He hasn't checked yet.
I don't believe he's got a flute. Okay.
Statue. Okay.
We had a loose statue, but apparently it's not the statue that they want. Tornado.
Bracelet.
So we've already got the tornado bracelet. So we already have a max power sword. That's actually pretty big.
And that's a decent one for the end too. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. I really like it, and it's a special. Oh, warrior ring on the sea.
But
of
as
course,
we brought
it's
up,
nerfed, but still.
Yep. I'd be much happier with what Sho has. Power ring. Oh, Sword of Thunder.
And Sword of Thunder. Wow. Okay. So we know where all the swords are now, but each runner missing one.
Yeah, with these guys on different progression paths, this is...
Yeah, this is... Oh, Sho does have the wind sword.
Yeah, I saw it in there. He's just choosing. Don't. No. Aw. He's gonna go ahead and do GBC Cave. It's a good call, because normally there's something important that'll be hiding here.
Oh, yeah.
But in this case, it doesn't seem all that important. I guess Dolphin paid off with the statue.
That's right, yeah. So the statue for the dolphin, or I think it was Athena, gave us the statue that the boat owner needed. So we'll be able to get this check.
Kensu trapping you in a house with a mimic.
So Code making progress, but not getting that fire sword that we know is going to be important.
Let's see. Alright, so Code's going to load up. He's probably going to keep checking this area. Which again, if something that's fire locked right now has something critical, then
yeah. So we have 3 caves in this area that Code's going to be able to check. One of them is the behind the waterfall here.
Yep.
And there are 3 items. Another one is the fog lamp cave that has 4 items, and then there's the Crystalis plant cave that has 2.
Now, if you don't have a magic flute to test here, I've been preferring more and more just to try and push this one off, because there's a check that requires the flute, and it's really annoying to come back, because it's way in the back if you have to double dip.
It's annoying, but it often comes up, and it often is a required double dip, or at least something that you come back to. In the last game that was earlier today, this is sort of a double header today, we had... So in the last game, we actually saw our critical last bow item in there on Stone Akahana.
Or as Zero brought up in chat, sometimes the flute you need for Waterfall Cave is in Waterfall Cave.
And that was also something that came up in the last seed. They went to the right side first, and there was a flute there, but it turned out to be the shell flute, I think, rather than the flute of lime.
Yeah, but you can tell Code Gorilla is a randomizer player. He does the left side first. If you're a Crystalis Vanilla speedrunner, you do right side first. Waterfall Cave is really good for... Yeah, So those little slime enemies, one of the swords actually powers them up instead, and they are a pain to kill once you make them large.
Yeah. They become super power, and they will really do a number on your HP too. And I believe we don't have armor. We have a shield, but no armor. How about that Stormtrooper sprite that Code Girl is rocking here? Oh, wow.
Poisoned. I am the robot!
Oh, and that's the last medical herb.
He's got opals.
That Sho has, but...
I don't think he wants to burn them, but he has opals.
I don't think he's going to be able to make it to the top without burning an opal from here. Not at this level. So the poison will keep draining your HP. The opal gives you sort of a free heal.
Or a antidote.
Okay, Code gonna get this last item in the waterfall cave.
Not before killing the slime. I'm pretty sure he's picturing that as Matrick, and he's just not having it.
And the fruit of lime, not the flute of lime, the fruit of lime.
Oh, there we go! Sho found an antidote.
Oh, that was good. That was well timed.
Sometimes the seed is just with you. It just feels sorry for you. It's been giving you a hard time.
Sho's methodically slaughtering all these enemies in his way.
He's going for it. Oh, he's going for Goa.
Wow. Okay, this should be good. Well, so Code, he's got the water sword. He went to Chiron, and he's got the thunder sword. He's going to be able to trigger Mado 1. So even if he can't get through this is still progress.
He's having a hard time with that wall.
And it looks like the sword is going to be fire. Looks like it's the fire sword for this wall here. which Code doesn't have, and we know it's in the Oasis Cave. But that's going to be usually, like, at this point, you've skipped it. That's going to be lower on your list of stuff to check.
So many other things to do, yep.
Okay, and Tornell wants the Blizzard Bracelet.
I'm pretty sure he's even going to... Run! Run, Sho! Run! Helicopter coming for you! You made it!
Okay. So, Mount Saber West, complete bust. That is, not good for Sho.
Hazmat suit. More checks Code's gonna do before he checks Oasis Cave.
I mean, on the other hand, Code has done a lot of stuff that Sho hasn't. I mean, it's hard, it's hard to say who's in the lead now, just because that Fire Sword is so huge. But,
and
as far as, like, number of checks...
Code did find Thunder Sword, and Sho does not have that. So they're both missing each other's critical progress.
Okay, and we got a gas mask. Where did Code go just now?
For...
that gas mask. Where did he grab that?
Oh, he got that off of Motto. So Motto 1 dropped the hazmat for him. That's what I was saying.
Okay.
As soon as I saw that, I'm like, he's gonna go to Oak, which is gonna further delay the Fire Sword.
Okay.
It was Bert, and Code massacred him. Poor Bert. Bert's our friendly NPC who wishes you luck. Unfortunately, he's a little confused and shoots little happy bullets at you. I don't think he knows that those actually hurt. Poor Bert. Code is choosing to walk. Yeah, I was like, where are you going, Code? Yeah, you don't have teleport.
Yeah.
You're not getting up that mountain. So there was a mountain that he was heading to a moment ago, and you require either teleport or flight to be able to get up it. Without either, you can't. The game will just push you down.
Okay, and Sho going up Mount Hydra.
Cheating against Stom. So if you teleport out of the Stom fight, Stom just gives up, because magic people scare him. Doesn't look like he got anything, though.
Now, Sho blanking out on these items. We know that he needs to go through... No, he's already been through to Bryn Mawr. He needs to grab... let's see, what does he need to do? He needs to go...
He needs to go through GBC Cave and get to Portoa.
That's right, yeah, okay.
Because Rage will accept the swords he can hit Answering Machine, and then... Dolphin had, Sword of Thunder.
Okay.
So that's the critical piece that Code has that Sho doesn't. And Code needs to make the decision to go to Oasis Cave at some point, and that'll get him the piece that Sho has. But I still think it's more likely for Sho to eventually remember GBC Cave. Maybe. Hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. Sometimes it can be tough when you've already done it.
Oh, Nightmare Room! So,
wow.
Skeletons are on a do not kill list, because if you don't have the right sword for them, it doesn't even, register on them at all. If you do have the right sword, all it does is cause them to fall apart a few times, and so they are just super obnoxious to try and kill.
Okay, so Sho climbing Mount Hydra to get the 2 items past walls that he could get, and getting nothing for it. So Sho striking out on the last 2 out of 2 areas that he's been to.
GBC, looks like he's remembering GBC Cave.
Okay, this is gonna be good. This will
get him to
bring him back in the race.
Yep.
And depending on what he does, he could catch up pretty fast. Because we haven't seen anything in, an Orb of Fire. That's nice, but not actual progress. Let's see, what did we get from Stom? I don't think we got anything.
I don't think it
was anything big, yeah.
Yeah, Zero saying license plan. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, Code got poisoned.
Uh-oh. He's got a bunch of medical herbs.
And a lot of health. You'll be fine, buddy.
Yeah, these caves...
There was 2 opals in his inventory. It's annoying,
yeah.
but...
These caves aren't particularly long, so if you can just sort of tank it. Now, on the other hand, if you get paralyzed, that's worse, because then you can't charge your sword, and
I believe
you can't blow the walls.
I believe he still has a lysis. And then we were talking about, so opals on top of healing all of your health, when you crack one, it also removes all status conditions from you.
Yes.
So, as much as you want to save them for bosses, sometimes you will just suicide into something to crack it in order to get rid of paralysis.
So another option is to get turned to stone, and then you're only stone temporarily.
Yep.
And when you recover from it, you'll be cleared of all your status.
Code getting the workaround from the...
And getting a shield.
And for a mere shield.
So that Orb of Fire is actually really good.
Here we go.
Really good power-wise.
Sho's got the Tornado Bracelet, and he's coming up on the Sword of Thunder. I hope he's got a medical herb. This is going to be the worst thing in the world if he doesn't have a medical herb. For statue.
Okay.
I wonder if Sho's going to go for the Warrior Ring. I'm pretty sure Code's going to abandon it if he can. On Whirlpools.
Yeah. Yeah, because we've got the Power Ring.
Alright, so Sho got the Sword of Thunder. He's got all 4 swords now. So everything is like very open to him, and Goa is definitely looming at this point. Like, how do you feel once you have all 4 swords and Goa's right there, Axe? Do you feel like going in, or do you like doing extra checks? I know me personally, I will just try and rush it.
Oh yeah, I think you go in. It's not a bad idea to do some extra stuff especially when you don't feel like you have a lot of power. But they've got Power Ring, and they've got, well, actually, I don't know if Sho got it yet. He needs to do. I think he's got the Power Ring. And I think we've got some good power here.
Right now. Sho has to feel so pressured right now, having those 4 swords though, and Goa being right there. I don't know what he needs to feel he's ready. It's in my opinion, it's also the play. I don't fault him for doing extra checks. You really don't want to go till you feel ready, because like we said, it's boss rush mode, and it can be nightmarish if you're not properly prepared.
And we don't have any. Oh. Yeah, I was gonna say we've got to go through these statues that are shooting at you that you can't get through, and so you have to. You're gonna have to tank this damage, and if you're not. All right, yeah, Code's gonna get his. This is gonna be good for him.
Yeah, Code's finally
Power Ring. That's right. There is the Power Ring.
Sword of Fire.
Yep. Well, yeah. So, one problem that we've got here is that Sho is holding on to 4 magic rings, filling up half his inventory, and he doesn't have any magic. He doesn't have any magic to use that with. And so he's got these magic rings that are just sort of sitting there taking up his inventory space that could be used for medical herbs that he's going to need to tank the damage from these statues and fight all these bosses.
Yeah, I didn't catch that. That's not good. Yeah, rings are so critical at the end of the game because you want to just blow through as much mana as possible without like having to think about it.
Yeah.
But at the beginning of the game, it's such a detriment, and because you want them at the end of the game, you have this like you feel like you should be hoarding them. You feel so badly like you should. But it's I really believe it's the right play to just get rid of them to start with. Sell them for money, make space, because you need all this other stuff. You can't be hoarding rings like this.
Yeah. So, Sho might have had a chance to kind of pull ahead here if he had gone straight to Goa, but we know there's not going to be anything here. Oh no, Code. Luckily...
It's a nothing check, and it's easy to reset, but Code getting a mimic
still.
stuck in the wall. Yeah, I agree with you, Dragon Dark. I was doing that during our race, because we had a bunch of early rings.
Yeah.
But yeah, you
so
just
we were talking
tell them
about
cash.
We were talking about the statues, taking those statues. The damage from those statues scales with your difficulty level. So why is Code walking out of Oasis Cave here?
That's a good question. Oh, he doesn't have any money. Does he have any boots on him?
I guess, he must not have any money, or...
He's at 121 money, so he definitely can't afford boots right now. That's another thing when Teleport decides to get buried. Boot money is very critical. And how well you can manage your boots tells the difference between whether you win or lose. Sho's been trying really careful to manage his boot and money. He's got plenty of money for stuff.
He's gonna do some more caves here. So he'll get the Orb of Fire in the Fog Lamp cave here, and maybe a few more where scaling is still pretty low. At this scaling, it's gonna take a while to get experience. If you look at how much his experience tanks up with each enemy, it's not gonna be a whole lot.
And Dragon Dark talking about that Leaf shop owner again. That guy is a jerk, man. You're like, oh, there's some cheap boots here, and then you come back later and he's like 6,000 gold, and you're like, what? He's like, demand rose. Oh man.
We've got this. So the tornado is really useful. You can slaughter difficult enemies pretty easily. You have to be willing to spend a little MP, but it only takes, 7 or 8 MP each time you use it. So
I think it's 8.
Yeah, so not a whole lot. And we've got all these magic rings. There's nothing to do with, so might as well use it to blow through your enemies faster.
Yeah, it's super good. And even if it tanks, it'll shove things around at least, so they're not in your face.
Yeah. So I don't believe we saw the Carissa Plant Cave. Everything else we've seen except for Goa. So pretty sure that Code is on the right path here.
J-Ro talking about future
yeah, so this convergence. Yeah. So this path convergence is showing Code as the pretty good lead here.
Yeah, Sho unfortunately just not feeling like he's ready for Goa and trying to do these extra checks. But we know off Code Gorilla, most of this is nothing. Yeah, Water Sword's still level 1.
On the plus side, we don't have any...
No!
Oh!
It's a level 1 Sabra.
Yeah. So the scaling is really low, which really helps. But still, yeah, 7 damage... times 260 HP, it's definitely doable. And, I mean, look at how much damage he's taking on those hits. Unless Sabera actually gets in and, directly hits him with her body, he's not going to take much damage. So, pretty doable fight. Just annoying to have to, spend this many times.
The fact it's charge shot only makes it even more annoying, because I've been finding at low scaling, because the little fireballs around her don't do much of anything, you can just run in and get a whole bunch of stabs. Like you saw that there, he's tanking on the fireballs. Her body herself, he's taking damage from, and her shots, but the little fireballs actually have barely any damage to them.
Yeah.
So you can rush in and get a bunch of stabs at low scaling, but that's not even possible.
Okay, Sho's gonna show us. Sho's gonna show us the one place we haven't been to yet. And Code, going through all his medical herbs on Sabera 2, you know we're going to have Mato 2 right after this. And he's probably also going to need this level 1 sword.
That would be the best.
I'm hoping so. That would be so awesome. Like, not awesome for our runners here, but...
I want... We had to go through this yesterday. I want more people to feel our pain of having to go through both these bosses with a level 1 sword.
Sabera 2 dropping a bow. And we don't know which bow that is. So there's 3 bows, Sun, Moon, and Truth. And Sun and Moon break these statues that let you get into the final area. Truth is only needed for the actual final boss to reveal his true form. So we eventually need all 3 of them. But the first 2 give us access to this area, which has 2 checks. And also allows us to check this mystery flag that controls whether or not we need to kind of complete all these story effects in order to beat the game.
And that's going to be incredibly important because there's a very large area called Evil Spirit Island that they haven't done yet, and they're going to need Shelf Loot to be able to get to it, which I don't think either of them has. So if they can skip that whole large area, that's a huge chunk of time just off them. But if they can't, it's a whole nother set of time that's going to be added on.
Ooh. And then antidote.
Don't drop it, buddy.
I didn't see the other... Yeah. What was the other check on Carissa Plant? I don't think it was anything.
Sure.
I think it was... Yeah.
Inventory.
Full bust.
The way the mimics have been chomping on him, though, he probably should have kept that antidote.
Yeah. I mean, we know that Sho needs to drop... He needs to, either sell off or drop some of these rings so that he's got room.
He walked in, bought 1 medical herb to eat it, to go back in, to fill that 1 slot with boots. Sho, buddy, I know you love your rings. The bling is fantastic, but you're gonna have to do something.
Wait, he hasn't beaten...
He hasn't even activated Mono.
Oh, he hasn't even activated the massacre.
What's he doing? What's he looking for? Boots again.
Yeah.
Did he forget to talk to Zebu?
Okay, that's kind of funny that he went into Shyron, but then didn't...
No, he went in... Okay. I'm so confused. He went in, he did the conversation, but you have to actually... If he didn't talk to Zebu, he needs to talk to Zebu for the item.
So on Sabera's floor here, Code found a lamp and used it to combine with the statue that we've been carrying around for a while now.
Sho!
That is awesome. Wow. So we have the shield ring here and a very powerful shield, and so it's completely making us invincible here.
But it does still throw you around, so the footballs are wedging him against the wall as he's slowly crawling through them. Alright, Sho's finally in Goa. Code's got a pretty big lead on him now, but not insurmountable, especially since we don't even know how many areas are going to be required.
Yeah, and if we have a huge bow hunt, Code may eventually have to go to those areas, but I mean, he's already cleared most of them, actually. Yeah. They both did Foglamp Cave. And they both did the waterfall. I believe Sho went up Saber West, and Code didn't.
Aw, Code, not like this. He still has some medical herbs. But he hasn't done Motto yet. God, I hope Motto's that level 1 water sword.
I mean, he's got a couple rules for it, but still. The Carissa plant. Okay, so change past there.
That's a bunch of options.
Change will open up the... I guess it gets us into Swan. We already have Portoa.
It's a
it would also immediately we can do Brokahana. Yeah, so we can do Brokahana right now. I don't know if we have the. Actually, I don't think we don't have any trade-in items loose. Oh, we have the Crysta plant. That could be the item for Amazones.
Sho getting the bad news. He's gonna have to pick at Sabra one pellet at a time.
Code picking up the recover spell. He's not going to have to worry about walking around poisoned or paralyzed anymore.
Well, they had the Psycho Shield.
Oh, that's true.
Poison's the only thing that was coming up.
Yeah.
Man, these mimics, they've been poisoned all over the place, so still is a huge boon for them.
And refresh, too. Wow, all the safety.
Is Sho using Power Ring, or is he using Shield Ring right now?
Oh, I'm not sure.
See him get hit.
No, it's got to be the Power Ring, because he's doing 7 damage. I think he'd be doing less if he didn't have it.
Yeah, because she's not the hardest to dodge, it's just so long for the fight.
Yeah.
That's why everyone hates Motto, but I hate Sabra so much more, because it just feels so awful for how long that fight is.
Code getting some use out of that recover spell. He took off his Psycho Shield and equipped the Sacred Shield just in case Carmine decided to use his Nooper Beam. And he didn't put the Psycho Shield back on, so he ran afoul of some paralysis beams.
Oh, I hear K-Fal's people. They're throwing a party. There they are. Get him, flail guy.
Flail guy's not too bad when you shoot them, but if they end up having, it can be kind of tough.
All right, here we go. Moment of truth for Code. Oh, he's taking the heal too. Oh, he found refresh on one of the floors. Okay,
they found refresh. Yeah, they found refresh on Carmine's floor. So, and we've got a ton of magic rings. We should be in good shape.
And it's Thunder. He'll be fine.
Yeah, we're not wearing armor, so we're gonna take a lot of damage from his contact. But we've got that.
He's not even trying. Like,
yeah,
he gave us his A game yesterday, and now he's just exhausted. Come on, Motto. Drink a Red Bull or something, dude. You gave me the runaround yesterday.
Joe working his way through the maze. So this maze on Severa's floor can be pretty brutal. And there's our armor. It would have been nice to get before the fight.
Luckily, Motto wasn't really feeling it today, so made it easy.
So now on Carmine's floor, we have, 5 checks here? First one was just a regular Mimic. We still only have 1 bow. And we need to find Flight somewhere. The number of places that Flight can be is kind of running out here, so it's got to come up pretty soon.
My favorite is always the very back of Goa, right next to the river.
That would be awesome, yeah. Actually, what I'd like to see is maybe something like Key to Styxy in the very back, leading to it.
The axe spot, so someone can forget it.
But yeah, that's right. We've also got Change. And so we've got Brokahana. We've got the Amazon's Queen. No, Sho did remember to get the one behind the wall in Sabera's area, didn't he? Because that was a lamp.
Sure. Yeah, that was shimmering up. He picked it up.
Okay,
Code's
good.
got a
He's
storm
got
bracelet, so there's no questions now on whether they'll be able to do the end.
the show popped an opal on one of these things here. Hopefully, he's gonna have enough healing.
I mean, we know Motto is Thunder at least, so he'll have that going for him.
Yeah, and he's got
There's
refresh.
refresh. And he's
So
been
now
holding all
he's
those
vindicate.
rings.
Yeah, barrier on. We have barrier and storm bracelet on Mato's floor.
Code's
Both
running
pretty
mana.
nice to have.
Let's see.
Now, Tornell's item, if we want to see the Wise Man on the Mountain get required here, that one was the Blizzard Bracelet.
Which they are far from.
Yeah, they don't have either of the items.
So that brings in
That would be a really nice...
I'm hoping Tornell has a bow then.
Yeah, that would be a nice spot for the last bow.
Tornell bow hoarder.
Sho getting the news that yet another boss is required to beat with this level 1 sword.
It's just Carmine, it'll be okay. Is he really a boss? Really? He's an over-glorified Bert. He's Bert 2.0.
Slime Kensu wanted a lamp.
That's what we're hoping for.
And a bow! A bow in the last spot. So that's 2 bows, but that's not flight.
And no access to Crypt, though.
That's right. So now I think flight's going to have to be on one of these change checks, because there's really nothing else. But if we're lucky, it could be again something like Kita Stixie or Shell Flute with flight in Evil Spirit Island.
Whoop, I lost visual.
Oh, okay. So let's see where Code checks next. He's got Akahana, or yeah. He's gonna check Brokahana first. This is a pretty good take.
There we go.
Oh, alright, okay. Yeah, so Brokahana here, we call him Brokahana because he's a friend of Akahana's, and he often has flight in these flags simply because the flight is guaranteed to be in a very deep check, and Brokahana has a pretty deep set of requirements. So Code thinking to check, he's going to check this one spot in Oasis Cave that requires flight before he goes in.
Not the worst as long as he's here, because he checks this. If it's nothing, he hits reset, and
that's right. Yeah, it's not a bad idea to check this. You know,
if you're worried about a full clear,
and it's the battle armor, which we don't need. We've already got the psycho armor.
Yeah, Motto had planned ahead. He hit the one armor where you can't get it, and then the other armor he's holding on to.
So, and actually, that's vanilla battle armor. Good point, Dragon Dark. Okay, so Code, a good few minutes ahead here. He's already cleared Goa, and he found flight on Brokahana. While
There's
Sho struggles whipping another opal with Motto, yeah.
Motto loves
Code
collecting his
still
opals.
has what? He's got like 1 or 2 opals left still.
Still don't know if story mode is on. Code has 2 bows,
That's
so
right.
he can check
He's got 2 bows and he's got flight. So I would guess we're going to see a crypt dive after this to see, because a lot of times that last bow will be behind something in the crypt. There's the flame bracelet.
Oh yeah, you see that nod from Code? He is feeling it now.
Oh yeah.
Like flame bracelet, he knows he's ready for tower. Flame bracelet, power ring. Dragon slowly floats up into his doom.
Boot and speed boots. Speed boots on Azteca after beating Dragon 1. So we may have a bow hunt for this last bow, but we're going to be doing it in super speed because we found the speed boots.
Looking grim for show.
Well,
even if
see if we
Code
have
starts
access.
heckin' wrong on the coin flips, he's going to be doing it so much faster.
Oh, and we do have access.
Now, Code is a safe runner, so he'll probably do the checks before seeing if Dragon's home.
And that's not a bad plan because, I mean, there's a good chance... We don't have that last bow, so there's a good chance that last bow...
Play it safe.
The other thing is, if story mode is on, we're going to have to get to Evil Spirit Island, and so we could have something behind the
skeleton key.
Shell flute. Yeah. So that key, actually, we haven't seen Saber North, so
could be prison key.
Could be either one. Yeah, it could be either prison key or Stixie.
I feel like this is a good sign that Code doesn't feel like he's behind. Because if he did, then he would be rushing Dragon right now to see if story mode's on, just to try and buy time as well.
Without that bow, it's there's no point in going straight in.
Yeah, you're right.
So whether story mode is on or not, you need that last bow.
Proving why you're the better runner. The butterflies! Get them, boys!
Those are awesome. Luckily, we can fly over the butterflies, and story mode is on. We will not be able to fix the game without beating the last two bosses, and one of them requires an item that we don't need. So we're gonna need that shell flute.
So we're gonna check the key, see if we can get to Kelbesk this way. Nope, it's Dixie.
Okay. Now, we still have access to that area from the other side.
Yep.
But Stixie has 6 items.
No, he's good. He's just gonna do straight up Stixie. No! Never Stixie, Zero.
Now, the other interesting thing, Code Gorilla hasn't checked the items behind walls on Mount Hydra. And there's also the top of Mount Hydra, which he can reach since he's got flight. So we'll see if he checks that, too.
It's actually the key to Zebu's trunk. It's a new check that J-Ro added just before this. Neither runner knows about it. It's totally not going to be Stixie. Wow, Sho just manning up through that slime instead of... He's just having all the luck with the mimics. Alright, Code, first item.
Okay, and we finally got an orb of water.
Second item. Tornell's got something, that's critical. Oh, is that stuck in the wall?
It's stuck
in the wall.
Yeah, he's got to reset it. We did get an instrument. And that could be our shell flute, or it could be the flute of lime, or we haven't seen any of the other flutes, so telepathy.
That's Dio.
Yeah. We do have the hazmat suit, so that means that the oak checks are also open.
Yep.
Okay, and my chest, just a regular mimic. Oh no! Sho leaving, stepping out and resetting the Mado 1 fight. Poor Sho.
So the boss dying flag is tied to the chest itself. If you don't get the chest, the boss ain't dead. Oh, poor guy.
Okay, he's
He's
getting
had
his
the
hazmat
worst
suit.
luck with the mimics.
Code has already checked. He's already been to Oak and done the initial check. Okay, he's gonna walk out the front of back out the front of Stixie and probably climb Hydra. So he checked all the items here. We did get a an instrument that could be the shell flute.
Sho's got
But we
flight.
still need that last bow. That's right, and telepathy. So, nothing absolutely critical, but possibly something that'll be important.
Taunt the guards, Sho. Taunt the guards. Taunt the guards. Aw, not gonna taunt the guards. I love taunting
So what
guards.
is Sho doing here? Because we don't have, I don't believe we have paralysis.
Nope.
He can fly over the sea, but I guess we've got the eyeglasses. So we could actually visit Joel and do that eyeglasses check.
Alright, he's gonna check Amazon Queen. See what she wants.
And it is possible that the shell flute could be there, requiring you to fly over the sea to get to Joel and then get the shell flute.
And then looks like he's gonna do Saber North now.
Either that or the swamp. Let's see where he goes. Because he hasn't been to Oak yet. He just beat Mado and got the...
I mean, he doesn't have
he's gonna
telepathy.
be okay.
At this point, having to do a stomp check is super irritating. Oh, he had it!
Oh,
Oh no, he hit the trigger at the very top. His code struggles with a mimic, and it's just a mimic. Wah wah.
okay. So, Code getting into an area or Sho getting into an area that Code hasn't been. On the other hand, it's an area that,
Code almost killing himself in the swamp because he forgot to put on his hazmat.
I guess we don't know that the items in the crypt were required.
Oh,
but
he
there's
didn't talk to the lady!
Oh, that's important.
If you don't ask her about her lost child, the child isn't lost. Okay, he remembered the hazmat suit now. He finally remembered that the stormtrooper suit is just decorative. It doesn't actually do anything.
And we have to do another boss fight with this level 1 sword. Of course, Code found the Orb of Water. He's going to have level 2.
Yep.
And he's on level 12 already.
Flute checks. Flute didn't work there. So it's either Flute of Lime or it's Shell Flute. Code hasn't tried Shell Flute yet, right?
No, he hasn't tried it as Shell Flute.
I'm surprised. He knows story mode's on.
The
There's
Blizzard
Blizzard
bracelet.
Bracelet.
That puts Tornell on the mountain in play. We also haven't checked the tornado bracelet spot, which
It's actually gonna be kind of funny if Code is sitting on Shell Flute and ESI has the last bow.
Lysis plant. I didn't see what Kelbesk 1 dropped, but
Did Sho remember to do prison? Oh no, we don't have prison key yet.
oh, that's right. Yeah, we don't have that key.
Which is gonna come back. Will they remember to do prison?
Oh,
I
yeah.
think Code Gorilla will if it has anything, because he's already been burned by that in a race before.
I mean, it's a pretty quick check coming from the back in Portoa, but still.
It's so easy to forget, because you're used to killing Kelbesk and going through there. When you're done with that area, and you haven't done it, you easily forget about it. Code worried about the soldier.
It's always fun when you've got to get through this glitch. You've got to get through that glitch spot while the soldier's attacking you.
It's just doing his job.
Did we see Sho?
Sho's trying to burn down Nadir's. Did you see that? Not Sho, Code. Sorry. Sho, you're fine. Code is the arsonist today. Code, come on, man. We love Nadir's. Don't burn it down.
No, did we see Sho even beat Dragon 1?
No, he hasn't been that way yet.
Yeah,
so,
I don't think so, yeah. So he doesn't have the speed boots.
Nope.
And so Code's gonna check these things, and we haven't seen anything critical on Saber North here. But Code is gonna get through this a lot faster. And on top of already being ahead.
Deer's home with the burnt slime. Ski Free's favorite lodge. God, they are just... Someone call poison control. These guys just keep getting bit.
Yeah.
We're gonna need to invest in some anti-venom or something.
We're also, I mean, we're going to need to invest in a lot of warp boots and medical herbs because, I guess not the medical herbs. We do have, yeah, teleport's still missing. We do have refresh, yeah, so we can just heal with our MP, but still.
How many yachts you think the Leaf Shop guy's up to now? Oh, they're coming back for boots. I'll slap another 1,000 on them now.
And Code resetting out of that instead of teleporting to save, probably just to save his boots. He knows that he's on level 12, and that's enough to beat the game, especially since he's got some, he's pretty well equipped.
Yep. He has his choice of bracelet, he's got power ring, he's super happy with the way the end's gonna go. It's just getting to that end that's gonna get frustrating. It's not bow hunt, but it's bow hunt.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. Alright, Sho's finally going to Dragon 1. So he's finally get some boots. I think at this point he might be pretty disappointed too, because this is something he's been putting off. And depending on if he thinks his opponent has been here already, when you see the speed boots in a spot that, you could have gone to a long time, it hurts. So you're like, alright, even if we haven't finished, like, how far ahead is he just shot?
Code absolutely destroying Kelbask 1 with that Blizzard bracelet. And he's got to drop some items that he doesn't really want to, because he needs to pick up this medical herb.
He's got so many boots!
I mean, we need the boots.
Yep, that's a page out of my playbook. Like Magic was giving me.
Okay, so he's gonna check and see if that. So we still have this flute, the guitar.
It's not, but
it's not.
We know what flute it is.
It's flute
now.
Of lime.
Yep. Akahana holding out on us.
He's gonna go for it. You know what? We could have.
Is he gonna statue glitch or is he gonna do the statues? I don't know which is faster at this point because you have to menu.
Well, I don't believe Code has checked the Carissa plant cave.
Oh, did he not? Then he'll go.
I don't think so. I think he did Fog Lamp, but not Carissa.
So I thought he did basically everything, and then finally, like, last location to Oasis.
Yeah, he did almost everything.
Okay, he had it already queued up.
Yeah.
Flame Bracelet. Yeah. It's Flame Bracelet. If he hasn't done it, he knows it's pointless now. Because he already has Flame Bracelet.
Okay, so Sho's getting the news that Code got like 15 minutes ago about story mode and getting some good stuff here.
This is where Kata Stixie was, right?
That's right, yeah. Now let's see. Did we do... What other checks haven't we done?
Nope.
Fruit of Repin, that's nothing. Did we see Deo yet?
But what if he gets noopered? Like, he's gonna be in so much trouble.
That's right, yeah.
You gotta be ready for that nooper.
So, okay, I think he's going to make this play. He's going to fly across the ocean. Now, you can't get this. There's an item in the waterway here. He can't get it because it is. You're only allowed to get it on the dolphin, and he can't go to Evil Spirit Island. But you can fly over the ocean and reach Joel, and that's going to let him get to the this lighthouse, Kensu and the lighthouse check.
Us codes
Because we
decide
have-
to get cheeky and cheat and do some sort of trigger skip. Code would never. Alright, this is one of the worst chests because it's so easy to get it lodged.
Oh, no.
He has to reset it. It's so irritating to not get it lodged in the wall. Will he get bit? Nope, he did it!
The iron necklace.
necklace.
Not the most useful item.
Alright, he's running out of boots, and he's concerned about the money, so now he's safe scumming.
I mean, he can sell those shields. He can sell,
here we go.
he can hold on to the Psycho Shield and sell the other two for some pretty good cash.
Show's about to get the bad news.
Okay, so this is going to be Deo.
Are the shields worth anything? It's 36 scaling now.
Yeah, they're not going to be worth a whole lot, but they might. Okay, the piano. That's got to be. Actually, no, we haven't seen.
It could be insect. Yeah, try
Oh
it.
wait, no. We got the hint.
Oh,
Did we see the hint?
I don't remember the hint.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing the hint. Okay.
We're good. Okay. Yeah, J-Ro's saying I don't remember him
Okay.
seeing it.
Yeah.
It's kind of surprising on code. I think he's kind of flustered at this point. It's been a long seed and he's lost location.
Oh yeah. Okay, so now we can get that item, which is Deo's pendant.
Yeah, it's just perfect for this. The stormtrooper shoving a piano everywhere. Well, what is that stormtrooper doing with the piano? He's summoning a dolphin, of course.
All right, so that was one of the items that we needed. Codes. He's down to one magic ring.
Oh,
So this is gonna like.
It's
yeah,
fine.
he's only got-
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
He's got the wind bracelet, and
Yeah.
me and him have been talking about it. Like, we
Okay.
really like wind bracelet. We'll even favor it over the others, and
Oh,
like
yeah.
this exact instance.
Yeah.
Because with charge
So
shot
in the
only, you
last
can
race-
charge while moving.
Yeah. In the last race earlier today, we saw Dragon Dark use the tornado bracelet in the tower, and it is pretty fast.
Yeah.
Like the flame bracelet may be like slightly faster, but it uses a little more magic. But the wind bracelet really uses very little magic. And if they've got Deo's pendant, if they need to recover some MP.
Yeah, so I know he's pretty good with the wind bracelet strats, so I think he'll be okay. Wind plus flame is the optional combo.
Okay. I mean, at this point, we've checked pretty much everything. So, like, codes, he's going to have just about everything. That random statue might be... Let's see. What other statue trade-ins have we seen?
Bird them with wind and blast them with flame. Yeah, that'd be pretty good. Bird
Okay,
them all together,
yeah.
fire.
And there's that last key.
He's got to reset because he's poisoned again. Sho is checking out Stixie. We know this is mostly a bust, unless Tornell has something, and then
That's right, yeah.
Inventory.
Yeah, we haven't seen that, so... but wait, Deo...
Why would you use Recover, J-Ro? It takes way too much time. He just reset.
So wasn't it Deo that had the piano, which is our shell flute?
Yep.
And the telepathy is here. And so,
Paralysis.
So Stixie was required.
Things can now be paralyzed. Mostly a Kensu. Yeah, you know, Swan, Lighthouse, wherever. Just paralyze Kensu. He's a jerk. He deserves it.
Show noping out. It might have been a good idea to pick up that mimic money because we still need money for these warp boots.
Ode's gonna have to be a little careful. He's getting low on mana, and he's only got that one ring. He's gonna need that for the end. Hey, it's your statue.
My statue.
That's not important. He should just throw it aside.
He also picked up paralysis, which is going to let him do the Kensu and Swan check.
Yep.
So we've got one statue is going to be the Angry Sea, and we know that's the Warrior Ring, which we probably aren't going to bother getting now.
It's nerfed. It's... If anything, you would use the Rapid Boots, because they double the charge time. It is stupidly fast how quick they bring up.
Oh, yeah.
Like, in my opinion, with Charge Shot only, it's definitely Rapid Boots over Warrior Ring if you're going to go there. But he's got Speed Boots. That'll be what's on, and then Power Ring for bosses. Oh, did Code burn his magic ring? He must have.
Yeah, that's no magic rings.
Does he know where Fruits of Power are being sold?
Hopefully. I mean, and they're gonna be pretty pricey too.
The 3 opals at this point aren't as important as the rings.
Yeah.
This is where we're talking early on. The rings are pretty dead, and it can be kind of annoying to hoard them. But if you manage to have a large stock of rings at this point, you have all the spells in the world, and the spells can do everything for you. So having a stock of magic rings means you no longer have to care about anything. You got teleport.
Now we don't have to worry about our... Oh, but... Okay.
Still
Code remembering... Bow. Yeah, we still need that last bow, and we haven't checked Clark. So let's see. And that NPC would have told us which statue.
Yep.
There it is. Okay. Code's in go
mode.
Now, the only problem here is that we don't have... He doesn't have any way to recover his MP.
It's Fruit of Power! Oh my god, he lucked out! The hair is selling Fruits of Power! Clark is the man this race!
Wow.
Forgetting to turn on flight. Okay, he didn't accidentally teleport, like many of us have done. Not to name names.
Okay, so Code checked almost... He's cleared almost the entire game here. But he's found what he needs, and he's going to be able to finish this.
Go, 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 go! Oh, Code's looking a little iffy on his cam. I don't think he knows how ahead he actually is right now.
Yeah. And hey, at 117, I don't blame him.
Show's going for Ledge in Saber West. Wait, where is Show going? Didn't he already...
Yeah, he's already cleared this. He can take the way up top.
He hasn't done Ledge yet, though.
Oh,
yeah, there he goes.
Oh, yeah, the Tornado Bracelet spot. So maybe he's going to check that and then go to Tornell. We know there can't be anything useful here, so...
Yup.
Even though we haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's possible for Code to take a bunch of death, but incredibly unlikely. The 3 opals,
he's got 3 opals, yeah.
The Fruits of Power were the only concern for him having some sort of mana regen. But he'll be fine. He's just going to have to use Tornado strats. So, right now, it's definitely Code's race to lose. And that's just very unlikely.
So we're on the wrong pixel for Dragon to do his early shots. but he's gonna charge, and he always does after this. After he does the charge, he always does the lasers, and they're a long laser. And if you're this powerful,
should be able to one-round it.
It's gonna be enough to finish it, even at the high scaling.
This is when you want to flip. Okay, so he's going with fire strat. I don't know how much the fruits of power are giving him. It's probably okay because of how quick fire will shred everything.
Yeah, he does get a free MP restore here, which is nice.
I think it should be fine.
Okay,
nope,
yeah, he's got the...
Tornado. Okay, yeah. Because Tornado's just the sure bet now. I wouldn't even worry about going to the lower shots. Just powering. All the way to the left, and he's going to shove everything to the right. He's got opals. Life doesn't matter anymore. He has 3 opals and barrier. Like,
yeah, and you only need like 50 or 60 magic in order to tank all of Dinah's, to get through Dinah.
Yep. I usually play it safe and try and keep it about 90, but for his power, level 13 with powering, he really doesn't need that much. Sho is running through Swan.
Looks like
okay, so we know Piano is on Dio. And then Clark's got the last bow. Where was telepathy? Does he have telepathy
it was in
already?
Stixie. It was in Stixie, so he's got telepathy.
Okay.
He needs to...
Okay, so he just needs to hit Dio and then get to ESI to be able to finish this out.
Wait, why is he going through this cave? He can just... Oh, he's worried about...
Boots.
Yeah. He wants to keep that supply of rings. So, see a big difference here that helped Code all throughout the race was that he just sort of said, okay, we need more room in the inventory. We don't have room for these magic rings, and started using them up. And Sho has saved. And
even with the one
rings.
ring, he wasn't afraid for. I need mana now. I don't have time to go to the town or something. So let's just crack it. I'll find fruits of power. Sure enough, he's good.
Yep, and this is the top of the tower. He's got all the MP he needs to
132. Yeah, he's
completely tank Dino. Yeah.
Unless barrier fails, there is a dead frame when you can be hit with barrier. So it could fail multiple times.
Yeah, as long as you're in the right spot where you're only getting hit by the slow beams, by the small shots.
I've still had it go through.
Oh yeah.
Claire can testify. Yeah, because I was like, if you stand right here, you'll be perfectly fine. I had barrier up, and then Dino just started flinging me around the room because barrier started failing.
Oh wow. Okay, so that is game for Code. Let's get some GGs in chat.
GG. Oh, let me see. I got Code special GG. Am I not subscribed to Code anymore? Oh, I gotta fix that. I don't see his emotes anymore.
Hey!
I'm gonna have to fix that after this.
Code was so happy. Yes, he's the only developer to make it past, and he was really hoping to get a tournament win. He's played in the last tournament and did not get a win. But this tournament, he stepped up his game, and he definitely deserved the win today.
Oh, is that him?
Yes. Welcome, Code Gorilla, and congratulations.
There he is. Man, the myth, the legend.
Oh, I felt under the gun that entire seed. From the moment I last locationed that Sword of Fire, for the entire rest of the seed, I felt under the gun. I don't know if
Yeah,
it's justified or not, but
Oh, I
Totally
could tell.
understandable. But in reality, you were ahead for pretty much the whole seed here.
Yeah, there was a little bit. So, Sho went and grabbed Sword of Fire. You went and grabbed Sword of Thunder. And then you guys were just sitting on opposite swords for a long time. Now, Sho found Thunder before you, but he decided he wasn't ready for Goa. And so all of those extra checks you had done, he didn't. So then he started doing all these extra checks that you had already done, and then you found Fire, and then you just, from there, you were just straight ahead. And he was never really able to catch up again.
Well, I'm glad to hear that I wasn't as behind as I had feared. Oasis Cave in these flags feels so rough. I never want to go there early. I never want to double dip or triple dip frequently. And so I always put it off, and this seed I almost got punished for it.
I was surprised Foglamp over Oasis.
Yeah.
And it made a...
I'm not sure I can defend that one, honestly, but...
It did give us an interesting race because there was so much divergence because of that choice.
Because he was doing all the fire checks while you were just looking for something.
Yep. Makes sense.
But yeah, you were talking about how you were feeling under the gun. Like, it really showed when you went to Crypt at the end to finish things off. Because I saw you, like, shaking your head, and it looked like you were going over all the failed checks you've done already, and, like, any minute he's going to be hitting it. Any minute he's going to be hitting it. And,
That's 100% how I felt. Let me pull up chat here and see if chat has anything to say. But yeah, I don't know. Interesting seed.
Yeah.
A weird seed where one of the like key items at the end ended up being the shell flute. Like the shell flute was essentially the go mode item, just because by the time I got to the end of ESI, I found the bow right at the end. So
yeah, Clark was the man this seed.
Yeah.
Because you had so many scattered checks still to do.
Yeah.
And then Clark was like, "It's okay, buddy. I'm here for you. I know you've had a rough time. Here's a bow."
Yeah, you can just be done now. Congratulations, you did it. You beat the seed. Oh.
Also, I am very mad at Moto 2 right now. He's getting a demotion. After putting me through the ringer yesterday, like putting out all the stops to wreck me, he starts your fight and he's just like, "Nah, I'm gonna chill in this corner. You just let me know when we're done." I was like, "What? Come on! Come on!"
Yeah. Despite a couple of level 1 sword bosses, the combat in this seed felt pretty easy. I mean, I had Power Ring fairly early on.
Like, you had to do Sabera, but Axe pointed out it was low scaling, so she was barely doing anything to you.
Yeah, the only damage she was doing is whenever she rammed straight into me. And so, like, I burned a couple of medical herbs on that, sure, but, like...
I saw that. She got you in the corner and then just really wanted that Kilby hug.
Yeah. But, like, I was tinking off the fireballs that are surrounding her. It's just... yeah.
Which, I don't know if you've practiced it, but I figured out in that situation, if you can stab, you can just start stabbing her down super quick, and then the fight's not that bad anymore.
Good to know. Obviously not applicable to this seed, but yeah.
Nope. I saw that, and I'm like, this is when I would be raging, because I know I could stab her right here, but I can't because stab is off!
Yeah, that is not something I have practiced. I'll have to check that out at some point.
Sho's on his way through ESI. He's almost done.
Yeah.
As soon as he clears Sabera, he's gonna get the good news from Clark.
Yeah. So, does Sho know story mode is on here?
He's been to Crypt. I can't remember if he checked or not. But I think at this point he just assumes it's on, because everything's pretty much been done. Yeah, he's done all the bosses. I can't remember. All right, so one thing I noticed, you need to get the poison control on speed dial, my friend, because you were poisoned a lot. Everything was biting you. Everything.
Yeah.
And one thing.
I had at least
Was that
one
bothering
close
you at
call.
all?
There was one close call I remember where I was like, I think it was at the end of Fog Lamp where I was not sure if I was going to make it to the very end of Fog Lamp. I think I burned a medical herb to make sure that I made it, but it was going to be a near thing. Actually, no, the thing that got me is all the dang boots I had to buy. You know, teleport was on Sabera, Sho just got it, and so, like, you were buying boots that entire seed. If some of my routing seemed screwy, it was because I was out of money for boots.
Hey, Sho just got the good news. Oh, that face! Him just, no! Oh. You're done, man. Just take your victory lap, Sho. Come on.
Oh, boy.
But yeah, I am reminded of something that Axeman caught. So you went into the Carmine fight, and you switched from Psycho Shield to Sacred Shield because, you know, getting Noopered on Carmine kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Such an easy boss, and it sucks when that happens.
Well, in particular,
and then you didn't
switch
put
back,
Psycho back on. Yep. So sure enough, I think it was a snake was ready for you, and bam, paralysis.
Yep. Well, and honestly, switching to Sacred Shield was, I'm stuck in the doorway, and there is a Nooper beam headed for my face. And I'm like, oh crap, I didn't put on Sacred Shield. Pause. This game is great.
If you want to know exactly what you look like, it's what Joe looks like. You guys have the same expression going through Crypt. Just for what happened with the seed, why am I not here 30 minutes ago?
Yeah, it felt like I don't know how to describe it, because like at varying points it's like, okay, this is going to be a long one. Actually, this could be quick. Actually, no, this is going to take forever. And it ended up being not too bad. 122 is like kind of average for these flags, I feel like.
Your checks were, kind of all over the place. For all right, we're gonna do this large check. All right, we're gonna do these small checks. Maybe yes, no, I should route here. Like you dipped into Oasis Cave real quick just to make sure you got that one check.
Yeah. It was on the way to Sahara, and it's like, alright, if it's something good, then I need it, and if it's something bad, I can reset out of it, and it'll be pretty quick to do.
Yep, I supported you there, because I'm like, this is like the best time to do it. If it is something critical, then this is the shortest.
Yeah, there was never going to be a better chance to do it. Like, if I didn't do it then, I was going to have to make a dedicated trip just to get that one check. Never did Mount Saber West. Tried to do Mount Saber West. Found out the walls were fire locked, and never went back after I got the Sword of Fire.
Sho ended up double dipping it because he went in, did the whole thing, and then he came back with Flight to check the tornado bracelet spot.
Honestly, that was the next place I was going, because that was where most of the checks that I had left were. Yeah, because, like, I know there's nothing in Carissa Plant Cave. I know there's nothing in... I know that the C is the Warrior Ring, which at that point I didn't need.
I don't think this was a curse seed so much as a jerk seed, because it's, like... It's teasing you that everything's going to be fine, and it just won't give you anything. Nope, not here. Yeah. Nope, not here. Nope, not here. Haha.
Certainly in the lead up to getting that Sword of Fire, that's how I felt. It's like, oh, nope, this is nothing. Oh, nope, this is nothing. But actually, I was honestly... I don't remember what I had forgotten, but going into Mount Saber West, I was thinking, okay, this has to be where my progress is. And then I saw ice walls, and I'm like, oh wait, Oasis Cave. It's just.
It's super funny too. I don't know if you remembered it. At the beginning, way at the beginning, you had done some sort of missed teleport and ended up at Goa, and you started walking, and then you stopped, jumped back to Leaf, and started doing other checks instead. Yes. And that was just after Sho had done Oasis Cave, so we knew a sword was there. And
yeah,
I was
that
like,
was me. That was me going to go do Oasis Cave, and then remembering 5 steps like out of Goa. Oh wait, the GBC cave wall was wind. I can go open that. That's gotta be better than doing stupid Oasis Cave.
You were so close. It was so funny because I see you going for it. Because we were like, Code's ahead, but Sho's got the fire sword now, so, you know, now it's gonna, like, even out. And then you start going there, I'm like, nope, there we go, Code's gonna pull back ahead again, because he's going... And then you bail on it, and it's like, oh, we have a race again.
Yeah. Honestly, the only reason I didn't end up doing Crystal Plant Cave sooner is I ran out of warp boots, and so I had to wild warp out of the end of Fog Lamp, and go back to Leaf. And at that point, I'm just like, all right, I've put off this other stuff long enough. I need to actually like go do Oasis Cave.
It shows at the top of tower now, and he's showcasing what it. So he's been hoarding rings the entire game, and it's been kind of painful for him. We've been seeing, but this is the advantage of having those rings that you didn't have, where he can just use the fire sword and have an easy time.
Yeah,
I mean, in the end, he didn't actually use. He used like 2 rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, it wasn't too bad doing it with Tornado Bracelet. And fortunately, Sahara had Fruit of Power, because I had no MP restoring items when I found my 3rd bow. So I'm just like, okay, hopefully Sahara has something, or else I'm going to have a bad time in tower, because I'm just going to run out of MP.
GG Sho!
GG's.
What are we looking at for times here? So we got Code within a time of 1 hour 22 seconds, or 22 minutes 7 seconds, and ShoFukomachi with 1 hour 35 minutes 37 seconds.
And hey, I actually won a tournament match.
That's right.
My first one.
Congratulations. Now, have you looked at the brackets ahead of you?
I have. I believe my next opponent is going to take a little bit of determination. It's the winner of Zero versus an opponent that Zero doesn't have yet. So there's a couple of matches that I'm waiting on.
So the match you're waiting on is the loser of the Tornell and Kfal match, which is tomorrow night. And then Zero will have to have a match with them. And then the winner of that match...
I believe my next opponent is going to take a little bit of determination. It's the winner of Zero versus...
Let's see. Are you upper or lower on the losers bracket, Code?
What do you mean?
Because I'm on... There's 2 tracks to get to...
Oh yeah, I'm on the upper
finals.
track.
You're on the upper track? Okay. So
I have to go through you to get to the losers finals.
To make it to losers finals. So we might get a rematch.
Yeah.
We might.
Yo, Sho! You did it!
Yeah.
It's okay. That was Code's enthusiasm.
Oh boy.
You guys took a beating. Oh man. Like I brought up with Code. So if you felt that you were statused a lot with all the poison and everything biting you every which way, Code was the same exact way. Like every 2 seconds, something would bite one of you again. Watching you guys struggle with medical herbs. Your Saber West journey was my favorite because you got bit by the chest with the helicopter slamming into you. And then Axe is like, I don't think he's going to be able to do this. So I'm like, you know, he could get lucky. And sure enough, the next chest, there's an antidote.
Oh, yes. Thank you, freaking dolphin flute.
Mm-hmm.
It was the bane of my freaking existence.
Yeah. It felt like a weird seed where that was essentially your go mode item. Because I feel like in a lot of these seeds, you get it a lot earlier.
Yeah. It was I wasn't quite sure, but I mean, after having to beat Sabera 1 and get the Bow of Truth, I just figured that story mode was probably on.
It was. I did actually check.
Well, that was brutal.
Yeah, I was expecting it to be brutal in a different way, but man, that was something. And then the very long Sabera fight. She could do nothing to you, but you could do nothing to her.
Yep, that was
Yep.
that was fun. And my redo of Mado 1, that was great too. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, those mimics, man, they had your number. Holy cow.
Yeah, I was like not super happy that we couldn't stab things, but you know, it is what it is.
Then you get like a good line, you'd fire, and the mimic would suddenly jerk left. Be like, what? Dodge you.
Like these guys, masters of the dodge.
Honestly, I was kind of happy to see charge mode only because I feel like lately in my practice seeds, I've been struggling with stabbing. And so I've just become a lot more comfortable with the charge shot combat. So...
Yeah, I rolled this seed. I wanted to make sure it was a show seed, so I couldn't let you have a working warrior ring, and then I had to keep it from you.
Yeah.
No show rings allowed. That would be cheating.
Oh yeah. I didn't even go back and even try to get it. I was like, well, I'm at this point. It's so late. Like the warrior ring's not even useful at this point. Yep,
that's how I felt about it too. I know which statue fixes the ocean. It's just not worth going to pick it up. I'd much rather have the Axeman idol.
Oh, okay.
What about the Mashama idol?
Doesn't exist yet.
Wind, fire, thunder.
Win the tournament, then we'll talk.
I'm trying.
Interesting. Did you dive Goa twice?
No, I did Goa in one pass.
Okay.
I just so the front entrance is sort of fire, and I put off Oasis Cave forever.
Yep. So you went and got Fire Sword Show, and he went and got Thunder Sword, and then the two of you were doing the opposite checks one another. So we got to see like all the different checks in the game by watching each other's screen, by watching both your streams, and then eventually you were the first one to find the other one missing the Thunder Sword. But you started doing all the checks that he had already done, while he finally found the Fire Sword and then just went straight to Goa.
Yeah. I went far enough into I went into the Goa entrance, and then find out I couldn't go any further. So I'm like, okay, fine, I'll at least go do Motto 1. Forget what Motto 1 even had. I feel like it was something kind of useful, but I don't know.
It was, until you guys converged in Goa, it was a really good watch, because you guys were just doing like completely opposite things. And in the convergence of Goa, we could finally figure out that, okay, at this point, Code is getting ahead just because he made the Goa call, and everything else is just nothing. The seed just did not want to give out anything.
Oh, no, it sure didn't.
Honestly, Goa didn't have that much either.
Nope, and Motto was holding your armor just to taunt you.
Yeah. Or like Barrier on Sabera 2, where I think that's the boss I want Barrier the most for.
Yep.
I don't even know it was on Above Sun platform, but glad I didn't go check that.
I think it was a cache mimic.
Okay.
Yep, Code went and checked that.
Yep.
Yeah. There were a lot of things in Dixie, but definitely not anything on the other side.
Yeah.
Like Hydra was terrible.
Oh yeah, because Code didn't go to the last check you can do before the flight ledge. Before you had flight, you actually did Hydra earlier show, and you got to have that nightmare hellscape room of the billion skeletons and and the paralyzing things along with Mimic, and I was just like, oh man. My heart went out to you there because I'm like, I don't know if I could do that room. I don't know how many people can actually do that room. That was just, and you didn't even have any. Nice. It didn't look like you had any swords either for the skeleton weakness to at least like knock them down for a second.
I was using they were just yeah, and it didn't work, but I did manage to get the chest.
Yeah, Hydra was the reason I didn't do the back of Hydra is Hydra was ice walls, so I needed Sword of Fire, and I didn't go back because again, as soon as I got the 4th sword, I'm like, okay, I need to hit Goa. I need to clear that out because there's going to be something good in there.
That's right. We noticed that Sho had all 4 swords, and he went to do some other places instead before going to Goa. Is there anything particular that you were looking for?
Well, something because I what did I have? I had most of the at least upgrades. I think I was looking for power rings, speed boots. I don't know, bows.
Yeah, because at that point you could have actually pulled ahead, because you had done Code had done like a bunch of other checks, but because you went ahead and caught up on some of that, you fell back into place.
Also, not having teleport this whole scene was really irritating.
Right? You didn't get it until the second to last check.
Yeah.
That was the icing on the cake. And both of you are making these weird long walks, and Axe is like, I don't know what they're doing here. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure they're really worried about the fact they have no money. Yeah. So I'm looking at Code, who's sitting on like $50 at 30 scaling.
That was exactly what it was. And at some point, the money situation started to turn around, but man, there was a big stretch in the middle. Basically, I went into Goa. And since Goa is a long stretch where you don't spend money, but you collect money, that's where you actually like start to claw back into the black. Whereas everything up until then was like, I am broke, I'm broke, I'm broke. I need to do the checks that are near me because I can't afford the work boots. And I kept making saves to try and save Scum Warp Boots, and then ended up finding something actually useful on the other end. So it's like, oh, well, I guess I'm not.
Yeah, that was pretty funny to watch. So I was like, oh, he's just going to save Scum in the Boots, and then I see you never reload.
Yeah. Oh, I'll save Scum the Boots to go do Brokahana. Oh, Brokahana has flight. Well...
Any other frustrations you guys want to get out? Because wasn't the worst seed, but that one really wanted to slap you around.
It was. Well, this is the first tournament that I haven't been eliminated by KFAL, so this is a different feeling.
Oh, there you go.
Achievement unlocked. You finally escaped KFAL. You found a way.
Way out. So, GG's Code. Kudos to you. Obviously, you've been putting in the work. I'm lucky to sit down and play games at this point. But you have definitely been working, and it shows. You've improved a lot. So, and you have saved the devs from a complete elimination.
Right? I gotta represent the dev team here.
Yeah, J-Ro was impressed. Dev making it past round 2. Maybe there's hope for him too.
Alternatively, you're now officially part of the dev team, and I am kicked off.
All right. Sounds good. But yeah, thanks Speedgaming for hosting this tournament. I look forward to watching the rest of the races and see who comes out on top and takes all that money home.
Awesome.
You got anything else?
Any other final comments? Oh, of course. I want to say happy
ahead.
birthday to Mashama, and thanks for your birthday with everyone here.
Oh yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
It's just over the weekend. I just haven't had a lot of time to eat my cake. So I was enjoying that while I was
Right.
watching you guys suffer. It's
I
the real birthday present.
for my last comments, I want to make one thing crystal clear. Axe and Mashama, I'm coming for you.
Oh! Oh!
Oh,
Is my mouth writing checks that my skills can't cash? Probably. Do I care? Not one lick.
awesome! We'll be
Love it.
waiting. Just like Stom, I'll be waiting. All right, thanks everyone for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and end this. So good night, everyone. And our next match, actually tomorrow night. Let's see. The next match is tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern, so 6 Pacific, and that's Tornell versus KFoul. So we'll see everyone then. And until then, good night.
Night, everybody.